Welcome to Better Than Yesterday. I'm Adam Churchman here with the homie Oliver Saunders.
What up?
Just wanted to say thank you guys. As usual, we appreciate all the love and support. This BTY community keeps growing. And if you're new to the BTY community, you're listening on Spotify, please click that follow. If you're watching us on YouTube, hit that subscribe. That way you never miss a Monday morning motivational episode of the BTY community. If you've been listening for a little while and you enjoy the show, do us a favor and share the show with a friend. If you're benefiting from it and you keep coming back, let's keep building this community and get more people on board by sharing our shows. We appreciate you guys so much.
Yes.
So today, it's going to be a little bit different. You guys know that we do a few different types of episodes on Better Than Yesterday. We have the hot topic conversations where Oliver and I will just talk about an idea. We'll have guest episodes where we bring somebody on who's doing amazing things in life and we think can help inspire people. Mm-hmm. And today we're adding a new feature to the Better Than Yesterday podcast format with Q&A. So today we have my wife in the studio as our Q&A moderator.
Hey.
What up, B?
What up?
And we're just going to answer some questions that get asked to us. And, if you have more questions and, you like this episode, comment on the YouTube, on the Instagrams, the questions that you have for us and what BTY means to you and what you'd like to hear about. And we will be including them in our future episodes of Better Than Yesterday Q&A. So, Eliza.
All right. Question 1.
Here we go.
You ready?
Yeah.
You
We're ready.
Are you nervous? What would you say to a friend who says they want to change but isn't doing the work to change?
I would say start with little steps. I would say start with little things. You just, I always say accomplishments are accomplishments. You know what I mean? So if you say you're gonna, I don't know, eat oatmeal in the morning, you know what I mean? Make sure you do that. Make sure you do that. Start with little things, and then the bigger things won't seem so far out of reach once you become in the habit of just knocking out little task. Before you know it, you're doing the big things, and you just built that confidence over time.
Yeah, I think that's an important part, right? I think somebody who wants to change but isn't doing the things, maybe they don't know where to start.
Right.
And so that advice is really important. Like, do the little things. You can't expect to do big things if you aren't doing little things first. Like, and it can be super simple. It can be, I make my bed every day.
Yeah. Right.
I eat breakfast every morning.
Right.
I make time for whatever those things are. And the more that you are able to accomplish little things, the more that you're going to be able to accomplish big things. The other thing that I would ask them, if I had a friend who's like, I want to change, I think we all have people who are like, I'm going to do this thing, I'm going to do this, and they never do the thing that they're talking about. Right. The other thing that I would say is I would actually challenge them and ask them, like, you keep saying blah, 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 whatever it is you're doing, but you're not doing it. Do you really want to?
Right.
To try to understand the motives. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
what's your motivation behind wanting to change?
Yeah, because you're not doing it.
Right.
So I think
if it was bad enough, you would try to figure right.
You know what I mean? Like, I'd be like, you say you want to do this, whether it's changing your friend group or quitting your job. Like, how many times I hear people be like, I hate my job, I'm going to quit, and they fucking never do.
Right.
And you're like, I thought you said you hated it.
Right.
You were going to quit. Like, what happened?
Right.
So I'd probably ask those, I think what you said, start small with little steps, especially if it's like career focused or fitness focused or like any, like, even financial, right? Like, like
put $20 away.
Right.
Every time you get paid. Put you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just, yeah. Whatever your goal is, just and also set realistic goals. Don't say you never went to the gym. I'm gonna go to the gym 5 days a week. You know what I mean? Right out the gate.
Right.
Say, you know what? I want to start going to the gym. I'm gonna eat a little bit better, and I'm gonna make sure I go to the gym 2 times a week.
Right.
If you go more, that's great. If you just go those 2 times, that's great, but that's a great start.
Right.
Start building the habit.
Start building the habit with realistic intentions.
Right. And that's actually a good point. Like, that's one of the things with the BTY coaching program, right? Where we, it's about, a lot of people will say, I want to do these things. I don't have time. Right. And so it's about, well, I bet you do. Right. So let's find you out what you're doing, little steps, right?
Right.
What can you add and where can you add it to, right? I even think about, like, if you want to be healthy, maybe the first step is track what you eat.
Right. Right.
With no judgment. Like,
Right.
I'm not saying like you need to hit this calories or these macros or whatever, but
Just
like, do
for
you
1
know
week.
what you eat?
For 1 week, write down what you eat.
Right.
Doesn't matter what you eat.
I don't care.
Doesn't matter what. Just write down what you eat.
Write it down.
Next week, look at that.
Right.
And say, okay, on Monday I ate 10 snacks.
Right.
I'm gonna try to eat 6.
Right. It's like, whoa, I didn't even realize,
Right.
you know, because maybe you're at work and there's
But like
trays of food, and you're just like, oh, I'm just gonna grab this.
and that's what that goes back to being realistic about the situation.
Yeah.
If you're not realistic, then you can't really set goals because you're not being real.
Right. And you don't even know what you're doing already.
Mm-hmm.
How can you change? How can you make changes if you don't even know what you
What you're
need to
trying to
change because
change.
you don't know, you don't pay attention to anything that you're doing.
Right.
Right? So like those little tweaks and just non-judgmental, I'm going to track what I eat today.
Yeah.
Or I'm going to track how many hours of TV I watch this week.
Right.
Maybe you think you don't watch TV,
Right.
but you spend 5 hours every night watching TV.
Which is a lot of
every
time.
night.
You could do a lot of things. You're saying that you don't have time to do stuff. You could break up 5 hours a lot of different ways.
Right. Every
And
single
still-
day
and
of the
still
week.
enjoy. Not saying you can't enjoy the things that you want to enjoy.
Right.
Not saying don't watch TV at all.
Right.
Watch an hour instead of 5.
Right, or maybe it's like, well, I love on Wednesdays Survivor's on, and
Right.
this show's on, and that show's on, and so I'm gonna watch TV from the time I get home from work till the time I go to bed because all my favorite shows are on. Okay, well then maybe on Thursday you don't do that.
Right. Right.
Right.
Read a book.
Right. Read a book.
Go outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would
I feel like people who say they don't have time, they don't want it bad enough.
yeah.
They don't want to
that's-
change bad enough.
To be honest, it's an excuse. There's
Yeah,
there's enough
there's
time.
always time.
There's enough time in the day to
Make
do
time.
everything. There is.
Yeah.
Wake
and,
up an hour earlier.
And anybody that genuinely wants to do something, they find time to do it.
Right.
Yeah.
I saw a thing just the other day speaking about that was like you don't need to ask for more hours in your day. You need to work on being less distracted.
Right. Prioritize your hours.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You have 24 hours. That's a lot of fucking time.
We all
You
have
can
that.
still sleep for 8 hours, and that's still a lot of time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For real.
You know.
For real. Yeah.
8 hours. Wow, that'd be nice.
I haven't slept. I can't remember the last time I slept for 8 hours. It's probably been 8 years. For real. And
Yeah.
I gave 8
was
hours
doing drugs then, so it
across
was longer than that.
three,
Yeah.
3 days combined.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
real.
Yeah.
All right, next question.
Yeah.
All right. How do you approach hard conversations with your partner and not have it turn into a fight?
I don't. No, I'm just
I'm gonna plead the fifth right now because Eliza is in the room.
Right.
Yeah, how do you do it?
She's right. She's right there. Was
Yeah.
that the real question on the card?
Yeah.
I am not. I am a very sweep things under the rug type of person. I could just deal with a lot of stuff and just let it roll off my back type of person. But because I know that I want my relationship to work, I know that communication is key in any relationship. So even times that I don't want to talk, I don't want to express how I'm feeling, I force myself, even if it's uncomfortable or whatever, because I know that Shantae is genuinely a person that I love and I want to be with. So I want to make it work. So I'm giving my full effort. You know what I mean? And I know that communication is because you never know. You never know how somebody's feeling about something until you say something. You know what I mean? You could know somebody like the back of your hand, but it could be a different day. It could be a different feeling. You know what I mean? So you should never assume. You should just try to, so
People aren't mind readers.
right.
Yeah.
Right.
I think I am a talker. Like I'm a talker. Period. End of.
Sentence done.
Yeah. I'm a talker, so I do share a lot about how I feel. I would one of the things that I would say is like if you're having run-ins, like if you're having conversations with your partner and they often turn into fights, I would say maybe one of two things. Maybe you need more regular check-ins because maybe things are just festering and building until they blow. Or find a creative way to have a safe place or a safe thing. Like we've talked about it before, like what we have with tub time, right? And where it's like, it's the rule. We don't get mad in the tub. We don't create a fight in the tub.
Right.
And it's not to say that we haven't had some hard conversations there,
Right.
but it's kind of just like a rule that we made. This is the safe space. We can challenge each other. We can be frustrated or angry with each other, but it's not allowed to turn into like a fight. So I would say like maybe you need more check-ins because maybe like you're missing each other passing through the night type of vibe. or find an intentional way to create like a sacred place, a sacred space that allows you to do that. But that could be tricky because you both need to hold that to that agreement.
Right. You have to be you have to be respectful of
Right.
each other's boundaries and not let emotions get
Right.
right.
And it has to be agreed upon. Like if we're in the tub and Eliza, and we have this rule of we don't get we don't start fights, and Eliza brings something up, if it pisses me off, I can't just be like, well, I'm starting to fight. I have to hold to that agreement of what this space is, right? It has to be both people on the same page to say, no matter what we're talking about here, we're not going to allow it to escalate to a spot we don't want to be.
Mm-hmm.
I also feel though that in these conversations, because we're talking about like putting yourself out there and saying what you want to say, and having the hard conversation, as the person who's receiving the hard conversation, you can't have a wall up to it.
Right.
You can't be on the defense right away.
Right.
You have
Ego.
to actively take the ego out of it. You actively have to listen and understand that this conversation your partner is having with you isn't an easy one.
Right.
And they're coming to you with this because it's something that's upsetting to them. You have to be able to have the hard conversation, but you also have to be able to receive it.
It's all, as you were saying that, it's also kind of a good sign that your partner's wanting to have that conversation, right? Because when you're checked out, you're just like, fuck it.
You don't care.
Right. So the fact that you're bringing something up says you care.
Absolutely.
So let's try to understand where you're coming from.
Hard conversations aren't coming from a bad place.
Right. That's actually a good point. I also think like one of the things that I need to be better at, and Eliza will probably agree with this, is like we also need to know boundaries, right? Like I'm a person, listen, we're not perfect. We get into fights. We don't always have our hard conversations in the tub.
Right.
Sometimes it's in the kitchen. Sometimes it's in the living room, right? And it can become a fight. And one of the things that I struggle with a lot is like, feeling like I need to be heard, or if I'm feeling like I'm being misunderstood, I keep going. I'm like, no. And I keep pressing and pressing, almost like a lawyer, and you're on the stand, and I'm like, answer this question this way. I need the answer, right? And Eliza, is like, stop. We're done. This conversation isn't going anywhere.
We're going in circles.
I'm not. Adam, you need to stop.
Right.
I struggle with that because I'm like, because then again, ego can pop up. I'm like, what do you mean you get to tell me to stop? What? Because you don't like the
Right.
So ego is a big, like, I think, knowing your partner's limits and respecting those boundaries to say, okay, nothing good anymore is coming from this conversation. We need to approach this another time.
Right, another day. It's not saying that this conversation is over, but this is not getting anywhere right now.
Right.
Which I agree. I do that. I'm like that too. I'm like, you know what?
Take a beat.
Let's talk tomorrow. Let's go to sleep. We'll talk about it tomorrow. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not that way. She's that way. I'm like, no, we need to we need to finish this now.
I have to go to work.
You're like, oh, I gotta go.
I got things to do.
Your shift starts in 10 hours, but I
have to go to work.
Everybody deals with things differently, but I think the biggest thing is that because you love that person, you should give them the respect to however they're feeling, to respect that. And adults should be able to communicate about things. And especially when you know that you love each other. It's like, obviously, you just want the best for you two, the relationship. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I often voice that, I just want the best for us. I just want, so because sometimes I feel like in the heat of things that could sometimes be
the problem,
forgotten.
You're right. It can get lost.
Yeah,
the problem isn't that these conversations are happening. The problem is when they stop happening.
You're right. Yeah. That's when they don't
it's
care.
when they stop.
But you made a really good point. Like the motive of the heart behind it, right? You're like, I only want the best.
Yeah.
Like these are the things that are like the important things to remember. Like, why are we having this conversation?
Right.
We're having this conversation because we care about each other. We're having this conversation because we love each other and we want the best for our lives and each other's lives.
Right.
And so, I guess here's like maybe a summary of if you're having hard times not turning things into fight, maybe we need to stop and say, why are we having this conversation? We're having this conversation so that we can grow together.
Right.
And if you keep growth at the
The forefront.
at the forefront of the conversation, then it's no longer whatever the issue is.
Right.
It isn't really now. It's not an
It's not
issue
between you
about
two.
you two.
Right.
It's about how do we solve
This
this
issue.
problem so that we can keep growing.
Right.
'Kay, just
That's
like
it.
it's a work problem, right? If you got a problem at work, you don't fight about it.
Right.
You solve it.
Right.
And if you're in a relationship and you got an issue, you come together with ideas on how to solve it together. And
right.
then if the issue's the issue, you're not the issue.
Right.
Right? I think
Yeah.
that
Your
could
relationship should be your most important job. So treat it as
As
such.
yeah.
Like you said, at work, if there's a problem, you fix it, you solve it.
Right.
Why would you not do that at home?
be.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, I think that's good. Yeah.
Absolutely.
100%. We got one more question?
One more? Yeah, let's do it.
So this one, no question. Just wanted to say that you guys are doing a great job, and this podcast has helped me grow and overcome some recent struggles.
Oh, I love that.
Wow.
I love that.
Yeah.
We appreciate
You're
you.
welcome.
We appreciate you. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's what we do it for.
It is.
That's what we do it
It's
for.
it's whenever I get discouraged, because I have like this. We're building a business, right?
yeah.
And so whenever I hear those messages, receive them through Instagram, through whatever, like
We're in the right place.
we're in the right place, and it's just confirmation, right? Like I've got a few of those recently where it's like this podcast came at the right time.
Yeah.
And I just am like, that is the encouragement. I'm like, as we continue to grow this BTY community, I'm like, it's also helped me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
hearing people say that this helps, even the guests that we have,
Yeah.
I learned so much from the guests that we have that encourage me. Kat, who you've known for a while, who
Yeah.
I've become friends with through you and through this podcast. I'm like, that's helped grow my faith. Like
Absolutely.
her faith has helped my faith become stronger than it has been in years.
And that's the whole thing about community. That it's not just a podcast. We pour into it with genuine intentions. Other people do as well, and we all take what each other bring, and we mix it up and make it work for us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the beautiful thing.
It is. It's a really
BTY.
beautiful thing.
Yeah.
And like, it's just going to keep getting better
Yeah.
and getting better. And so appreciate every single person who's listened, who's liked, who's subscribed, who's shared a reel, who's sent us a DM. Like,
It all counts.
it all counts, and we see them. Like nobody else is managing our social medias. Nobody else is like responding on our behalfs. Like it's really Oliver and Adam doing all of this stuff.
Yep.
And so we see it all,
And we appreciate it.
We appreciate it so much.
Yeah. We thank you guys for checking out the first question and answer episode of the Better Than Yesterday. Get ready for more in the future. See you next Monday.